Hello, this is Caroline from Wild Nettle Gardens. On a day where it looks like it's really going to pour with rain, so I thought I would make a video just to show you what can be done even if you don't know what you're doing. And I'm still pretty amazed that, considering I've never grown food before, I have some wonderful green things growing. I hope the wind's not too loud. And I've had lots of help from wonderful people in YouTube, on YouTube even. So big shout out thanks to Lee Gardner, Curtis Stone, Jean-Michel Fortier, gosh, who else? Charles Dowding, and too many other people to mention. Those are my tayberries, which I'm not really sure what to do with them because I haven't got anywhere else for them to grow up. And everyone, I still wish I had someone on hand so I could say, why is it doing this and what's happening there? But anyway, I have learnt a lot. My blueberries. It's interesting to me that not one of the fruit bushes bore fruit this year, apart from a couple of blackcurrants whilst they were still in the beds. But then I moved them, and I think I've had about 3 blueberries from about 10 plants. But that's okay because they're growing stronger for next year. My mint's gone crazy. Got lots of seed buckthorn there. Here's my Pride and Joy collection. So this is blueberries in the back there, and we've got mulberries, and we've got autumn olives. Oh no, these are Piper nigrum. See, I think it's better when I don't know. They're definitely plants though. Okay, and then down here we've got some mimosa, which I took to market. Kiwi fruit's gone all the way up to there. So again, I wish I had something for it to go the other way. So I decided today that probably there's only another week of lettuce. Maybe be able to squeeze it to 2. Those in the back there are, if I'm right, they are mulberry, which would be exciting. So I'm very happy with these beds. And once the lettuce comes out, I'll probably put in some winter veg in there. Now these pots with earth in, I thought I would look to see how the red peony trees were coming along. And it doesn't look like much now, but all of these had roots, which I was super excited about because they're my favourite thing. And it looked as if nothing was happening. So I will have, hopefully next year, if they've growing roots this year, they may sort of come out the other side, or rather up the top, which I'm very excited about. So these are autumn olives, possibly, and hopefully with some thyme at the front there. My asparagus are starting to really get a bit taller, which is great. We've got lots of oregano there. Physalis, which I'll show you a lot more of. More lettuce, more, oh gosh, brain dead. Sea buckthorn. I think I'm most excited about the red peonies this week. The butternut squash, I seem to have 3 of those, but they're not quite ready. I repotted all the monkey puzzle tree. Some of them had roots and some of them are looking a bit sorry for themselves. So I'll just see what happens there. But again, I watched a YouTube video, so that's what I was told to do, and I did it. Here we have some goji berries, which seem to look exactly the same to me as the mulberry, the blueberry, and the autumn olive. So I'm assuming they must be in the same family. Got a few more mimosa at the back there. My cherry trees haven't done brilliantly this year. I think they've been underfed, undernourished, but I'm loving this. So this, I think, is probably a giant Physalis. This one definitely is. Look at those. Now, I'm interested in these for my own health, so whether or not I sell them or use them, because they're just as effective dried as they are fresh, and they're an adaptogen, which I'm just learning about on YouTube again. Clearly I spend far too much of my time on YouTube. Just to say I've got 3 kiwis there, which are doing really rather well. One of them was looking appallingly dead, but came back to life, which was kind of it. Yeah, so adaptogens are fabulous. I think that's just such a pretty picture there, with all the colours. So if you have low blood pressure or high blood pressure, it doesn't really matter. If you've got underactive or overactive, it doesn't really matter. And they just balance you. And I'm excited to try that for my underactive thyroid, and my low blood pressure, which I've just been diagnosed with, which isn't fun. Anyway, you are looking at, this is the lime, and this is the blood orange. Now, again, University of YouTube said that they can flower for over a year, so I've got to find somewhere to put them that will keep them warm over the winter. But that's really beautiful. Then my sequoia from Martina Dodder, bless her, was looking really healthy and is now looking a bit limp, but maybe Californian weather is a bit warmer than the UK, who knew? But anyway, I shall see how she does. So these are artichokes, which were doing nothing, and I really thought they wouldn't ever come to anything, but they suddenly shot up after some torrential rain, so by chance they were thirsty. And then, yeah, I've slightly overdone it with all these plants. Now in the UK, again, according to YouTube, you can overwinter them and then they come back bigger next year. So that's my plan. In the middle there, right in the middle, you'll see my almost ready butternut squash, which I'm very excited about. I can see another one growing there. We've got one under here. We've got a pumpkin in the corner there. I took all the Jerusalem artichokes out this week because they'd been blown over by the wind. So having put 16 in, I took out 190 tubers. Now the tubers were really tiny because I don't think you're supposed to take them out till January, but I'm still going to plant them next year. We've got another butternut squash over there. These courgettes are still producing. A good friend of mine is really in very poor health, so I've made her a basket of nourishing food, which felt really good to do. The sunflowers are just glorious, all facing where the sun should be, but we are in Wales. So yeah, I've just picked a few things for her. And this morning I was looking at this, again, a YouTube video, so you can see, if I've got the picture right, the sunflower seeds in that gigantuan one. So another butternut squash here. Now I did see, I don't know if I'll be able to, oh, there's a tiddly tiny one ready to grow, thank you. And I thought I had a big one on here. There's another tiddly tiny one. So they are coming. They need a bit of water. I've got lots of borlotti beans, which I planted about 70, and so far I've got 180 and I haven't even started collecting them. So we're coming to the end of this bed here. This is courgettes with strawberries in. The runner beans have been amazing. I got some of the beans off a friend of mine called Joe. So yes, Joe, your beans were amazing. I planted these Trail of Tears Cherokee beans. So far I'm not overly excited by them, I have to be honest. Pulling out some carrots, which is fun. We harvested all the potatoes last week. So we've got a really good bag. Now the borage just has completely taken over this bed, and it brings me great joy because the bees and insects and buzzing things love it. Got verbena there, which is just my favourite smell in the whole world, I think. And lots of sage, which goes very well with a sun-dried tomato recipe that I just tried. So these courgettes are still producing, but they are looking like perhaps the season is coming to an end. I don't actually know what this plant is. I think it's a dogger, because it looks ever so like the dogger. I thought it was bee balm. Now the wind's just picking up. Okay, just to show you my lovely pumpkin patch. Yes, it's very windy now. With lots of orange bits, which is great. And I've got 2 more growing over there. And yeah, yeah, I think I'll finish there because it sounds very, very windy. Just to say, closing up the garden a little bit and just getting it ready for the winter as I'm pulling crops out. Just gonna leave the beds farrow, most of them, if that's the right word. See, I'm not really clued up on the jargon, but leave them so that they can rest. Probably put some more compost on or horse poo because I still have a mountain of it. There's the compost bin, which is now chock-a-block full. So yeah, we are doing a Patreon account because I'm very short of funds, and next year I really want to use protection, especially if I stay here, because I want to be growing things like white sage, which I understand doesn't grow in the UK. I definitely want to try the moringa undercover, because that was something that failed this year because of how much it rains in Wales. And there's other things as well that will probably do a lot better if they're undercover, like tomatoes and so on. So yeah, if you are able to help me in any way whatsoever, financially or volunteering or donating, you know, a second-hand used polytunnel or anything like that, please do get in touch. I'll put the link below to the Patreon account. For as little as $1 a month, you can support us. So if you're able to do that, that would be amazing. So just leaving you with this glorious view that I'm grateful to come to every day. Thank you for watching.